the roof is on fire. The roof. We're so good at pancakes. All right, guys, I'm Dan.
And I'm Keith. Which I actually just realized, I don't think we introduced ourselves in the last video.
It's okay. And we're doing okay, and we are reacting to Everybody Sucks, or Everything Sucks. It's Everything Sucks. Episode 3. This is a prime example of things that suck. All that in a bag of chips.
I mean, is it Doritos or is it Lay's? Because this is an important distinction.
Yeah, well, I mean, which Dorito kind is it is the other distinction.
Nacho cheese here.
So what did you think of episode 3?
I liked it. It had a very, like, they're just hanging out kind of vibe. I think one scene, or one moment that was very inconsequential, but at the same time, like, meant a lot to me, is when they came around the corner with the lunch trays and she sat down at the nerd table. Yeah. That was very Lizzie McGuire to me, and just kind of like, these are the unspoken things that, like, make you understand that they're starting to be more real characters. I don't know. They've
gotten to that point. Yeah. And yeah, I think there were definitely good things about it. And it was interesting how they kind of had, so like they set up the whole fire alarm thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because that is in a lot of ways a very tropic plot line.
But for a different reason.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that, like, they set up the beginning of the trope, but it kind of went in a very different direction with it. It didn't really become about, like, should I rat out my friend? Blah, blah, blah. It didn't go in that direction. It became about something greater than that.
Now the drama club is going to actually murder us.
In the dick, apparently.
With the casserole pan.
So, yeah, I think there were good things about it. I think it's going, we talked about in the pilot that it felt more drama than comedy. I think we're veering into the more comedy than drama zone.
Right. It's kind of settling into, like, we're hanging out, so it's got to be comedy. We're pausing on the actual drama.
Which, I don't know. I think it's okay, but to me, when you have a 10-episode show, I feel more iffy about that, because it feels more like we're in, like, kind of a fillery zone, which I'm like, this is a fun episode, but if you're going to have those, I kind of want you to have, like, a 20-episode season. But we'll see how it... I mean, there's still important things happening here. Obviously, the connection between Luke's mom and the principal.
Right.
And
also in the trailer.
Yeah. And I mean, there's certainly fleshing out this drama club thing more. Right. And like you brought up in the last video, the whole High School Musical Sharpay aspect of, which they really amped up in this episode with, like, the club is over!
It's definitely High School Musical meets Mean Girls.
Yeah. I did enjoy the intensity of the
pen stab.
Felt very Lizzie McGuire, even a little bit Andy Mack there. You didn't get into episode 2, but similar stuff. I don't know. I thought that was good. I like you pointed out that as annoying as the girl is, that she's becoming more sympathetic because of how bad the boy is.
Right. What I called it was
Oliver, I believe.
The Dick Casablancas moment where, so if you've seen Veronica Mars, you know what that means, but we'll get back. We'll put a pause on that. We'll put a pin on that. She's obviously terrible. We hate her. But then there was that play scene was the kiss, and then he just kind of, like, flicks her away and the look on her face. You kind of, like, you hate her, but you also have to be a little sympathetic.
Yeah, like, she's like, they're humanizing her.
Right.
Yeah, like, she's a dick, but she's a human dick.
Right.
He's a human dick.
New superhero.
So what did you think about the whole interplay about the kissing with Luke and Kate?
I think it's interesting. I'd like to see how far they take it. I was a little surprised that she didn't either A, break up with him when they went to she went to his house, or B, like, kind of force herself to kiss him just as, like, a placeholder just to get over with.
Yeah. I thought, so when he did the thing about the where he, like, saved her basically from getting in trouble, I thought he might just kiss him to out of guilt or whatever. And then there's the whole thing where she goes to the house, and I think she fully did intend to tell him everything, but then the friends being there threw her off so much, and now she's going to try to assuage her guilt by solving it a different way with this whole Zima situation, a Zima showdown.
I will say, I think the very end was a little weak because she sort of, like, has this confidence suddenly out of nowhere. Which I think is interesting about, like, grab the alcohol, and then there's also the moment of, like, yanking the curtain, but then doesn't do anything, and this is sort of like the cliffhanger, but
Well, so
I don't know if it's an earned cliffhanger.
We should point out, and I'd like to know in the comments below, what the specific reference is with the music and everything, and flashing to all the faces.
Oh, the montage.
Yeah, which it feels very much like, I know it's a thing trailers do a lot, and especially as older trailers, but I'm wondering if it's a specific trailer from the 90s that I'm not remembering. Yeah, because I feel like in some ways, like, that was supposed to be the comedic climax, so that was supposed to just be like, oh, it's funny, next episode, what's gonna happen? But if you don't know the reference, it was just like, oh, well. I did like the plate falling down. Yeah. Now, as far as the actual kiss thing goes, you were saying how you thought it was interesting because there was making Luke be a little bit pushy.
Right. They're not exactly vilifying, but you're definitely not 100% on his side. He's not like the hero per se.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I mean, you're not. I don't know if everybody.
I'm not the hero.
No, yeah, you're not the hero. No, you're not 100% on his side. I don't know if
I'm not the hero that they asked me for, but I'm the hero they deserve, or whatever the hell that Batman line is.
Yes. You are the hero they deserve, Keith. But
jerks.
No, I'm saying, like, you're not on his side. I agree with you. I wonder if most audiences. Because this is the stereotype of this being normal, right?
Right.
And so I wonder if they're going into a direction where they kind of talk about how he's a little bit wrong, but also don't want to vilify him because he just thinks what he's doing is what you're supposed to. That's the whole thing that is like, oh, he's not trying to do anything bad. He's just confused. He's like, this is what we're supposed to do, isn't it? Like, and he is asking. He's not like trying to kiss her without saying anything.
It's sort of like evening the playing field because he's a little pushy and obviously it's from ignorance. He's not doing anything that bad. He's just a little bit ignorant.
Yeah.
But then she is also like using him as a beard. Yeah. Or we're assuming.
Yeah.
And so like she's also like leading him on. So they're kind of both not perfect but not terrible.
Well, that's the thing. The reason I'm saying I think that I would think a lot of audiences would be like, oh, he's our hero, is because they'd feel bad for him. Because they know, like, the dramatic irony of, like, oh, he's just a young boy who wants his first kiss, and he doesn't know that he's being used.
It's so systematic that you have to know it's intentional, that you have to not have him on a pedestal.
I do love the fact that the way she got out of it was pulling the fire alarm. I thought that was a great opening to the episode, for sure. It's definitely interesting. We talked in the pilot about the Freaks and Geeks connections here, and it's definitely a similar thing where Lindsay just kind of goes along with being Jason Segel's girlfriend. I forget what his character name is in Freaks and Geeks, but like she doesn't really like him, but she doesn't feel like he can say no, and she wants to be part of the group or whatever. It's
like her in.
Yeah, and he's like trying to like kiss her and stuff because she thinks that they're together, but she's not really into him, and so it is an interesting parallel there for sure. Obviously for different reasons, but same sort of idea. There are a number of things, both from the music and from specifics from the episode, that tie very much into our personal lives and our own inside jokes growing up around this time frame. We talked about, I love the part with McQuaid is his name, and he's like, he has to bring a weird snack, I can't budge on this issue.
That's so us.
That's completely us, and especially freshman year of high school, we would make all these weird, disgusting concoctions and force each other to drink them. And, just like...
Well, not even just to drink, but like...
Just to look at.
Like, to keep in your locker for as long as you can bear to have a milk jug full of, like, garbage.
We had, like, weird beans with ketchup and, like, I don't know, like chocolate
There's no other
milk.
one other than concoction.
Yeah. And I just carried that around from locker to locker for whatever reason. It was under my bed at one point. Boys are weird. And then The Roof is on Fire is another personal fave.
I don't know where you...
I know where. Okay. So I was a big fan of How I Met Your Mother in high school, and the How I Met Your Mother soundtrack has The Roof is on Fire.
I don't even remember it.
I can't remember when it was in the show, but I remember I just got the soundtrack. I didn't and I just was listening, and that song came up, and I had never heard The Roof is on Fire before, and I just thought it was the funniest shit ever, and I just kept singing it to Keith, and he just like half hated it, half loved it.
I mean, it just became like a running joke in like math class or like like the whatever group of friends we had would be like, the roof is on fire.
Burn, motherfucker.
I didn't even know it was that old of a song.
Yeah, no, me either. Alright, guys, thank you for watching. We're going to try to figure out, we're only going to watch so many more episodes today. We have to figure out exactly what our schedule is.
More tops, I think.
Yeah, what our schedule is going to be going forward. But we hope you've enjoyed these reaction videos, and I hope to have more to come. So please let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you, like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz, and we'll see you when everything sucks again. Okay. Right in the dick.
So, Dan.
This is our handshake.
Just make a video, just this for like 30 minutes.